You ready to rock and roll, James?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hello, and welcome to Runnah, running on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and beyond. I'm Juliana, your host. Yet again, here I am. So this week, we are very excited to bring on another one of our wonderful, fabulous, and fantastic local runners, Mr. James Benson. Hello, James. Nice to see you. I was going to say nice to meet you, but that's not accurate. We've met before.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to have you on. You are now officially the youngest guest on Runnah. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Yeah.
Who's the previous youngest?
I don't know actually. It's probably me, to be honest. It's either me, Ben, or Nicole. It's definitely not Jack. We know Jack is the oldest. But you get to claim that title now. So we're very excited to have you. But would you like to tell our listeners and viewers just a little bit about yourself? Maybe give us I was going to say what you do for a living, but you can tell us what you do for a living. And maybe some background on your running. We can start there. So what do you do for a living, Mr. James Benson?
I run and go to school. And I play soccer. That's pretty much what my entire day is.
Okay. Do you have a favorite subject in school?
I'm a giant math nerd, so
Ooh.
it's probably my favorite.
Okay, a math nerd. That's probably why you like the statistics of running.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I'm doing like a science project on how running at different paces affects your heart rate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you found anything interesting out yet?
Not yet, because I'm pretty early into it.
Yeah.
Hoping to see something soon.
Okay. Is it just you who's going to be part of the science experiment, or do you have your classmates helping you out with it?
It's just me.
Oh, okay. This will be some nice data. And you have your fancy running watch already, too, so that can gather your data for you. So that's kind of useful. Okay, so we like math. We also in soccer.
Yeah.
And we're a runner, which is very exciting.
Yeah. Pretty busy day for me.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah, I know.
In the winter, I do basketball.
Multi-sport athlete. Very exciting. That's very cool. I personally don't play any other sports besides running. I'm afraid of the ball. That's really the long and short of it. That's pretty much it. That's why. I don't play ball sports, but that's okay. I commend and appreciate those who do, so that's exciting. Do you have any favorite movies or TV shows that you're watching right now, James?
I'm not watching much right now. I guess I like to watch the weather.
Okay.
But I've kind of been watching The Simpsons a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. And do you have any other favorite things you'd like to share with our listeners, and so we can get to know you a little bit better? Maybe your favorite color, your favorite food, anything like that. Something that you're really interested in, maybe besides running right now, because we're going to talk all about running in a second.
Well, I really like ice cream, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Especially rainbow sherbet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite ice cream? Because this is a controversial thing on the Cape. And as someone who's grown up on the Cape, you know this. Do you have a favorite ice cream spot here on Cape Cod?
I mean, no, I forget the name of it. It's somewhere on Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. I just forget the name.
Okay. Well, shout out to the ice cream place in Martha's Vineyard that has good rainbow sherbet, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time. But, okay. Well, let's get into your running then, James. Because as we said, you're on the decently young side of things. That doesn't mean you can't be an accomplished runner. We commend all runners of all age levels and all ability levels and all identifications. So glad that you're here to talk about that. But why don't you talk about kind of where does your running journey start?
So I was born in North Carolina and I moved to Falmouth when I was 3. And then one time when I was 3 or 4, my mom took me to a track practice she had at the Falmouth High School, and I joined and I did the entire thing, and everyone was impressed. So I kept coming back every week, and I wore a cute little headband. And the like adults, and
Yeah.
that's where it kind of started.
Yeah. You have a mom who's pretty involved in the Falmouth running community.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lindsay. And so that kind of started there. So you kind of saw her participating in the running stuff. Do you remember anything from that first day when you were running around the track?
Not much. I just see like pictures of it,
Yeah.
and that's all I really remember.
Yeah.
But I know I had a good time doing that, and that's why I kept running.
Yeah. So you ran when you were the ripe age of 3 years old, just kind of going out there and getting it done, as you do as a 3-year-old running laps around the track. Because I'm sure all of us can identify with that. But that kind of leads you to starting school up. And I'm pretty sure there's not a track team in elementary school, if I'm correct.
Yeah, no.
I was going to say, I know I played soccer when I was in elementary school, but I don't remember there being a track team or anything. Did you start doing like running on your own when you were younger, or?
I started running with my mom. But
Okay.
my school, at once a year, they do this fun run,
Yeah.
and like I was a distance runner and not a sprinter, so I do really bad every time. But that built up anger inside of me, and I wanted to keep running and try and beat everyone.
Did you have like someone who was like your rival?
Probably my elementary school best friend Noah.
Oh, okay.
He always bragged that he was faster than me. And then I beat him in a race.
Oh. Oh, Noah, my dude, taking the L there. Noah be taking the L over here. So that's fun. And so you did that race once a year.
Yeah.
And you're running with your mom. And at what point did you start getting to participate in so you're participating in some of the Falmouth Running Club stuff, correct?
Yeah.
Still going to the track and doing the track workouts, I assume?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Really busy.
Yeah, I know. But I remember being a kid, and I don't know if I feel like I was busy, but like I don't know how busy I was. I feel like kids now are like a lot busier than I used to be.
It's because like back in like the fall, early in the fall and summer, I had soccer like 5 days a week.
That's a lot of soccer.
And a lot of school, so I didn't have much time to run.
Yeah, the only thing I ever did that much was theater. I did all the theater productions at my schools. So that's kind of like the equivalent of doing a sport, except with your voice. So whatever floats your boat. So with that, you're running some of the Falmouth Running Club things. Had you run any of the running races in town, like the Seagull 6 or any of the smaller races? I believe you did what was then the Main Street Mile and is now the Surf Drive Mile, correct?
Yeah, I did that. And I did the Seagull 6 for the first time in like 2021, I think.
Okay, so like 3 years ago maybe? Yeah. What'd you think of that race?
So like after like COVID, once it had all ended, I'd like spent a lot of my time on like screens, so I hadn't run in a while, and
you're a little bit rusty.
Yeah, and it was a hilly race to me back then.
It's still a hilly race. I feel like that's one of the most challenging races around here, to be honest.
Yeah, and I didn't do really good, but I still finished it.
Yeah, that's great.
An hour-ish.
That's still pretty good. I'd say an hour is pretty good because, like you said, it's a pretty challenging course.
Yeah.
And the weather's usually pretty bad on that day.
Yeah. And then I did it the next 2 years, and I did a lot better.
Oh, that's great. Are you going to run it this year too?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully if you can. Okay, so you're running the races. Was there any point when you had like a track team at school that you started to be part of, or have you just consistently been running on your own the entire time, or like with your family?
Not at school, but like Falmouth has like a kids track team.
Oh yeah, you're part of Launch, right?
Launch, yeah, and we like travel and we do like races.
Yeah.
I usually do the mile.
You do the mile?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people what Launch is, or like what you know about Launch?
I don't know that much, but I know it's like our Falmouth-ish kind of group for like track and field, and we will every once in a while travel out and go to track meets.
Yeah.
And go against other people.
That's fun. Do you like being part of Launch?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite parts of being part of that program?
Well, I know like a lot of people on the team because I have a lot of running friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice to get to see them like on the weekends at a track.
Yeah. And so you've made a lot of friends through running?
Yeah.
I know for me, one of the things that I have really loved the most about running is being able to make friendships and meet people and get to know people like yourself, like your mom, like all the other lovely people in Falmouth who are part of our Falmouth running community and beyond. Do you have any like standout moments or memories from making friends or being part of Launch or any of the other running things that you were doing? Because I feel like making friends is like, it's important.
Yeah. I think I am friends with like 4 people on the track team. 2 of them are in my grade, and 2 of them are in the grade like, below me. And
Nice.
I met the 2 6th graders in we were on the same soccer team for a little bit, and then they were both runners, so we like became friends, and we did like the same events too.
That's fun. Do we want to shout them out?
Yeah, they were Johnny and Joey.
Shout out to Johnny and Joey. Woo! So that's exciting. Getting to meet friends and getting to connect over something you really love is definitely awesome.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun. So that's exciting. And with Launch, so you do the 1 mile event. And how was your season this year?
I didn't go to like a few of them because I was like busy with other things. But the ones I did go to, I'd get like top 3.
That's pretty good.
And I'd probably get around 6-minute mile.
That's it. Yeah, that's faster than I can run. So you're doing a good job, James. I'm not mad about it. So you are doing Launch. You've kind of come up through the ranks of the kid Olympics / running scene in Falmouth. And last year, you had one of your biggest running accomplishments, I'd say, to date. You ran your first half marathon.
Yeah.
And you said you were 11 when you ran that one because your birthday was between then and now.
Yeah.
So how did we get to the point where you were ready to run a half marathon? Because I'm wearing my shirt, anyone who's viewing, from my first half marathon that I ran, I think when I was 22. What year would this be? 2016. Juliana's an old lady right now. I'm 31, James. So that would be 8 years ago? Oh no. So that means I was 23. So I was 23 when I ran my first half marathon. I was not 11. So I would like to know how, like, what mentally got you to the point where you were like, I would like to run a half marathon?
Well, I think it was when I ran 10 miles for the first time because I was like, oh, it's only 3.1 more. I could probably do that. That's only a 5K.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was like mid-July and I was going for a run with my little brother.
Yeah.
And he stopped like a few miles in, but I felt good, so I kept running. And I made it all the way to 10 miles. And I heard thunder, so I had to stop. But I thought I could probably have kept going and done a half marathon, and that's where I thought I could probably do that.
You thought you could do that? Was that when you were training for the Falmouth Road Race?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have you run the Falmouth Road Race now?
3.
3. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good accomplishment too. So you start running and you realize that you got that in the bag pretty much. And like, how does it feel to run longer distances? Like, describe to me like why you like running longer distances.
I like running longer distances because I like the feeling of accomplishment when you finish the races. And I also don't like how when you do a shorter distance, it's like really fast and you feel like sick when you're done. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So when you do a longer distance, it's more like a calm feel. You get to like listen to music and maybe like have a Gatorade while you're running or something.
Yeah, have like some snackies while you're running.
Or like talk to somebody.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't like that like super fast like track style running where you're running like the 100 or like the 200 or something where you're ready to bomb it at the end. That's not my favorite either. I'm in the same zone where I like that like kind of like zen, zone out, have a nice time with your friends, go for a long like hour, 2, 3, 4 hour long run where you can just kind of like have a nice time. Have some mid-run snackies, just talk to your buddies and just get in a good zone, like a nice flow, you know? Yeah. Helps with your brain too. Do you feel like running has helped like with anything? Like, I know for me, running has helped me be calmer and concentrate a little bit better. Do you feel like it helps you with anything like that?
Yeah, I feel like it's helped me become more patient. Like when I'm going for like a long run and it's like boring, I used to like not want to do that, but now I'm a little more like I'm used to it now, so I can run like an hour or more without needing to like stop.
Yeah, I know for me too, it definitely helps a lot with my like anxiety. 'Cause I have a lot of anxiety. So definitely being able to show myself that I can do hard things, I find is helpful. And just getting out my energy is a big thing too. Because if I don't like, with my anxiety, if I don't like get my energy out of my system, I just like, it's not good. It's not a fun time. So, do you feel like that helps with you too?
Yeah, because like usually before races, I'm like really anxious and scared, but then once I like run it out, I feel nice and accomplished and like
Calm.
I got out all that energy.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get it out of your system and just like, ugh. And running is a big help for a lot of people with that. So I think that's great. So you ran that 10 miler and you decided you wanted to sign up for a half marathon. And how did we come to the conclusion of running the Hyannis half marathon, correct?
Yeah.
What led you to choose that one?
Well, that one, a lot of other like half marathons and races like that, they had like age restrictions.
Oh,
and that was one of the
okay.
only ones that didn't have one.
Yeah.
So we chose that one.
So I didn't realize that there were like that many races that had age restrictions. I knew like the bigger ones, like, you know, Boston, New York, some of the ones there, where the rules are a lot more stringent anyway. There's a lot more rules. I knew that that was a thing. But some of the smaller races, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think it was like, for a lot of them, it was like 12 or 13 or older. And I was 11 at the time, so I was like just there, like
just too young to get in per their regulations. Okay, so we signed up for the Hyannis half marathon. Did you have a training plan?
Not really. I was also really busy then, but like I'd done a good amount of running. I'd like run several miles a week, like maybe like 10 miles a week in like the months leading up to it. And even though I didn't train as much as I wanted to, I still did good, and I got under 2 hours.
That's great. That's a great time. You beat me. I came in like a scoochie. I came in at almost exactly 2 hours on my first half marathon, which is still not a bad time. But, and I was so proud of myself. Now, you couldn't tell me anything. I was on top of the world, which I'm sure you were too, which is awesome. But, so we're getting ready for the Hyannis half marathon. How are you feeling, like, with your training? Did you feel like you were nervous? Did you feel like you were, like, ready to go? Did you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time?
It kind of depended on how I was feeling. When I was having like a good day, I was like, I got this, 100%. But when I was having a bad day and I couldn't run that far, I'd feel like bad about myself and think I couldn't do it. But I did it.
Yeah, you did. And I feel like you kind of unlocked something that a lot of people feel and most runners feel a lot of the times. When you have a good run, you feel like you got it, you're on top of the world, you can do this, like nothing can stop you. And then even though you have logged in like so many of those good runs and you have that one bad run, and that one bad run just lives in your brain for a while, and you start doubting yourself. Did anything like that happen to you?
Yeah. I don't remember. I think it was when I was doing like a track meet, and I was doing the mile.
Yeah.
I got like a slow time for me.
Yeah.
I got like 6:20, which was like 15.
Oh, God forbid, 6:20.
And it was like 15 seconds off of what I wanted, or 20 seconds off, and I was mad about that. And I thought I was like losing my touch on running.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I feel like we all have those low moments. Everyone who's listening and watching this definitely can identify with that feeling like everything was going great until all of a sudden it wasn't. And I'm sure that after you had that bad race, you kind of had to get your feelings out. You know, you feel upset, get those feelings out, you go for a run, you process through them. But then you realize that one race doesn't tell the whole story.
Yeah, but in like another time, in like February, I think, I got sick, and then I stopped running for a while. Yeah. But then like, it was in mid-March, so once March hit, I was like, oh, I really got to start training again. And then I kept doing it, and that's what built me back up into it.
Okay. So bouncing back from something.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all good lessons to learn in your running journey. You have a lot of time ahead of you, James. Only being 12 years old, you got plenty of time. So when you ran the Hyannis half, how did you feel during the race? Tell me about the race day itself.
It was like very energetic. There was a lot of people throughout the entire course. And I ran with my dad the entire time.
Okay.
And we talked about basketball.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it kept me distracted, and I feel like once like the first 12 miles had gone by, I was like shocked because I didn't realize how fast that had gone by.
Yeah, that's fun. You like basketball?
Yeah.
But you Celtics guy?
Yeah.
Okay, loyal to the Massachusetts/New England team. It's a good thing. So you guys were talking the whole time. It was very energetic. And what was your favorite part of running the half marathon?
Probably getting to eat a snack at the end.
What kind of snack did you get?
Pretzels and some water. But I also got a medal for being the first
youngest?
in my age group.
Oh.
But it's the only in my age group, so.
Hey, you got to take what you can get. Like if they give you a medal for something, you say thank you very much, and you walk away. So, but that's exciting. Do you remember like any like lower points from the race? Anything that you were or that you were surprised by maybe?
I feel like a lower point in the race was probably about halfway there because it's like I've already run 7 miles and I'm only halfway there.
Yeah. I feel like you share in the experience that pretty much anyone who's run either a half or a full marathon realizes. I remember the first full marathon I trained for, and I had to do like a 20-mile run, and I got to the 13-mile mark, and I realized that if I was running a full marathon, I'd have to do it again. And I was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. But I've since run many marathons after that. But it's that realization that you're only halfway definitely hits you hard. Definitely when I ran New York City, when you hit the halfway point, you go onto this bridge, the New York City Marathon, where it's the only point in the course where there's no crowd support because you're not allowed to have people on the bridge. So you have that moment of oh no, followed by no cheering. And you're like, oh no, 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 no. But it's definitely a shared experience right there. And anything else that like surprised you about running a half marathon? Was it like easier than you thought? Was it about the same difficulty? Was there something cool you saw on the course that you remember? Like any like fun things that you saw?
It was easier than I thought, but I think that was because of like all the people cheering, and that definitely helped me, push through and finish the race.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
I think it's a lot harder to do a training run than to run the actual race. Because of the adrenaline when you're actually running it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, and a lot of people say this too, and I agree with this, is that running the race is more the celebration of all the training that you did. And for the most part, hopefully your training run should be more challenging than your actual race. That way you're prepared when you show up for race day. So that's exciting. And after you ran the half marathon in Hyannis, did you go out and celebrate?
Yeah. I don't know. Wait, I think, so I remember we drove home and went out to eat at the conference table, which
Your favorite restaurant, right? Yeah, we like the conference table.
And then I'm pretty sure there was a Celtics game and they won. So it was a good day.
That sounds like a pretty good day, to be honest. A half marathon with a good time, and you get to go out to your favorite restaurant, and you get to watch the Celtics win?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good day to me. And coming out of that, did you feel like do you want to run more half marathons?
Definitely, yeah. I think I'm signed up for the next one this March.
In Hyannis?
The coming March, yeah.
Nice. Well, you have to see, because you're 12 now. You're going to be turning 13 next year, which I think might open up a few more races that you can enter after that, if not this year. I'm not quite sure of the age ranges. I know your mom will know. But it sounds like you could definitely be doing more races, and you will be doing more races going forward. Do you have any big goal races in your future? Like anything that you're thinking you'd like to run going forward?
I'm hoping I can run my first marathon when I'm 18.
Okay.
I think that's how old you have to be to run the Boston Marathon.
Probably. That would be my guess.
I'm hoping I can do that when I'm 18.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal. I mean, you definitely got some speed under your legs. And you know that if you are active in the running club around here, you can apply to get a bib, just like your mom has done, and I've done too. So even if you can't time qualify, which the time qualification standards for Boston are a little bit ridiculous if you ask me. A little bit ridiculous. But I think that you can do it. I think that'd be exciting. Have you gone to watch your mom when she's run Boston before?
I haven't watched her in Boston, but I've seen her on the TV.
Yeah.
At our grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And we've also dropped her off in Boston the day
Get
before.
the bus. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. Did you get to go to the expo or anything?
Yeah, one time a few years ago we went. And it was pretty cool. We got to get her bib with her and try out free stuff.
A lot of fun free stuff. It's kind of like a bigger version of the Falmouth Road Race Expo. Just a lot more people. Because I think Boston has 30,000 people maybe. Falmouth has 11,000.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of people though. It's not as much. New York is the most. I think they had 53,000 people this year. So it's a lot of people. But that energy is really infectious. You show up to the starting line, you show up to the race expo, and you just get so excited because there's so much positive and fun, excited energy around you, and nervous energy. So, but you want to run Boston in the future. Any other races on your purview?
I don't know. I'm hoping maybe to do a ton more half marathons and maybe other marathons in the future, the Cape Cod Marathon.
That could be a nice time. That could be fun. And also you won't have to travel far at all.
Yeah.
It's right down the street, which is nice. And otherwise for your running, do you have any other goals besides running the more half marathons and a full marathon? Anything you want to do with your mile time or with launch?
Yeah, I'm hoping this winter for the indoor track season, I can PR in the mile.
Okay.
I set it in the summer.
Yeah.
I think I got 5:50.
Wow.
I'm hoping to get under 5:45.
That's pretty impressive. I've never run that fast in my entire life, and I probably will not, to be honest. I think my PR in the mile is 6:10 maybe. But that's when I'm that's Juliana being ready to vomit after she's done speed. So I don't know. I'd have to give it a go. But you have a good coach over there, Julie at launch. She's a good egg. We like her. She's very good. So, but other than that, James, do you have anything else that you're doing with your running, or any stories you want to tell about your running? Any little nuggets you'd like to share with people?
I want to talk about the first 5K I did.
Yeah, let's talk about your first 5K.
So I was 4 or 5, and I wanted to run a 5K with my mom.
Okay.
So we went out and did it.
Yeah.
And I felt really accomplished, even though I ran it at a 12-minute, 13-minute pace.
Hey, all paces are valid.
I still felt really happy. And I got rewarded with some nachos at the end.
Oh, nachos. That's fun. So was this an established race, or was this just going out with your mom and running your first 5K?
It was just going out and running my first 5K.
Oh, okay.
And
well, that's a lot of fun.
Because of that, I started doing a ton of local 5Ks and stuff.
Yeah, you've won a few of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done the Jingle Jog and what are the other 5Ks that we have around here? I think that's the only, and we have the Cape Cod half. You haven't done the Cape Cod Marathon 5K, correct?
I did.
You did? Did you do it this year or last year?
I think I did it once or twice.
We've only had it 2 years.
Oh, wait, didn't I throw up at the end?
Oh, yeah. Was it this year?
Yeah, that was this year.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people about that?
Yeah. I guess I started out going too fast, and then by the time I'd eased into a 6:30 pace, it was too late, and my stomach hurt for most of it. And then by the end, it was too late, and I just threw up.
Yeah. I remember your mom texting me afterwards, because I remember announcing you, because anyone who is in Falmouth, and I know you get announced as a local legend when you come across the finish line. And I remember announcing you as that. And then your mom texted me afterwards saying that you had vomited because you went out a little bit fast. But that's okay. We all learn our lessons, right?
Yeah, I think for the first like half mile was at like a 5:30 pace.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, a little bit beyond your reach.
yeah.
It sounds like you just got too excited.
Yeah, I was like really nervous, and like there was some kid who looked about my age, and I was like,
You wanted to beat him?
yeah, I wanted to.
Did you beat him?
I don't remember.
We have to go back and look, and we can see what level you placed at. See what
Yeah.
place you were in. You were pretty close to the front. I think you were like second or third, maybe.
I think I was like, I know somewhere like in like the top 10, I think.
Yeah, you definitely were in the top 10. I'd have to go back and look at the results. But you did your best, you know? Sometimes you learn more than you do at other races, and sometimes you vomit. And that's just kind of the end of the story there.
The longest run I ever did.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't the half marathon. It was a 15-mile run that I did on a treadmill.
Oh, okay. So how did that come about? How did we land on doing a 15-mile treadmill run?
So it was like also July of like the one that just happened.
Yep.
And I was like doing really well. I think I was running like 50, 60 miles a month, which was pretty good for me.
Yeah, that's good for me too. So yeah, good job.
And I woke up and I felt very energized, and I said, I'm gonna run 15 miles today, and I did that.
Okay. How did that feel?
Good. I felt kind of like lightheaded at the end because it's like.
Did you drink any water or anything?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't eat anything either?
No.
Yeah, I think we learned. I think at a baseline you learned that you might want to like hydrate and take in some nutrition while you're doing that much of a distance. But how did you feel about running 15 miles on the treadmill? Did you get bored?
No, I was watching a movie.
Oh, what movie were you watching?
I don't remember. I just watched a movie, and my little brother was in the basement watching like something with me, and he was sitting on the couch. And and then he left, and I was there alone. I got kind of scared because there was like a dark area behind me.
Yeah, something was moving in the shadows behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah. As someone who's afraid of the dark, I get that. I don't like when the light. If you come to my apartment, all the lights are on. I like having all the lights on because I don't like knowing if there's not anyone like something like a ghost or like something in the shadows.
Yeah, when I wake up like in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, I like run so I can turn the light on so there's no like darkness that gets me.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Sometimes that darkness it be coming after you. You got to watch your back.
Yeah. Even more training.
Yeah, I
into the
know.
bathroom.
I know, especially as the person who said they're not the biggest fan of sprinting. You be sprinting every night. It sounds like right to the bathroom. That's why I have night lights in my house. Because otherwise, one, I don't like walking through the dark, and two, I trip over my feet or something that's on the floor. Then that's the problem. Then Juliana ends up on the floor face down, and that's not fun for anyone, especially me.
It wouldn't be good for me either because I'm on the second floor and my door is right next to the stairs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'd fall.
You got prime tripping territory right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no fun. Yeah. So you ran the 15 miles, and how'd you feel afterwards? Besides lightheaded and like you needed a snack.
I felt very good, and I had lunch, and then I went for a walk, and then I did a Peloton stretch.
Yeah. I think we have the beginnings of a young ultra marathoner right here, James. I feel like you just like running because you can run, and I think that's a great thing. Would you ever want to do like a 30 or a 40 or 50 mile race?
Maybe, yeah, in the future.
Yeah.
I also might want to do, like, if I can I'm a good cyclist too.
And do a triathlon?
Yeah, and maybe I could do like an Ironman.
I think you could. I think you have the makings of that. You're like a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, I think it's like you swim a mile, run 100, and then like bike.
Yeah.
Some like. 300.
I don't think you run 100 miles. I think it's a full.
Like
you run a full marathon. It's 26.2.
Oh, and then you bike 100. I think.
I think you might be biking 100.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
I want to do that.
I think it's like a 3-mile swim, maybe.
Oh, all right.
But the swimming is the smallest part.
Yeah.
Like distance-wise.
I want to do that.
Yeah. Have you done the sprint try? The one that happens in June here?
No.
Oh, that might be something to look into.
Me and my friends were planning on doing it because I'm a great runner. One of my friends is like really good at biking, and another one of my friends is really good at swimming.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't like
End up doing it
because we weren't like.
Yeah, the coordination of schedules was not great.
Yeah, we were like making big plans on doing it, but then we like forgot, and it had already blown by the time it happened.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe you can do it this year. Maybe do it by yourself, try it. Sounds like you're interested anyway. But, okay. Anything else you wanted to share with everyone, James?
I don't think so, no. I think.
Reached the end there?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you came on today. This has been fun. You have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you get to share your running story with everyone else who's listening. And people get to hear the perspective of someone who's a little bit younger. And that, like, running can just be for fun, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite running mantra? If you don't, that's okay. Like a little like saying that you say to yourself, like, I can do it. Or like my favorite one is, you can only run the mile you're in.
I I follow David Goggins on Instagram, and I like inspirational stuff he says.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite David Goggins quote? Or like a little saying?
No, not one that's appropriate, but no.
Do you want to say the inappropriate one and I'll bleep it out?
No, it's okay.
Okay, well, we'll just give a general shout out to David Goggins quotes as James' favorite thing. And why don't you leave everyone by letting us know like what your favorite shoe is that you're running in right now? Do you have a shoe that you're running in that you like?
I like all the shoes I run in. I have spikes. I have like really fast shoes for like sprinting and like mile distances.
Yeah.
I have training shoes and I have distance shoes. And I think my favorite is probably like the short distance ones.
Is that Kayanos?
Yeah, they're really light.
Yeah, you have the Saucony not the Kayano, the Kimbara. Saucony Kimbara.
Yeah, and they're like really light. But my favorite shoe of all time was probably like the E6 like
Oh,
gel.
the Cumuluses that you had before?
Because I think I had like 400, 500 miles on those.
Which is wild.
Yeah, before I had to get new ones. Because they were really comfy.
Yeah, and you're a lot smaller than a lot of the people that those shoes are kind of graded for. I think they're graded for like 160-ish pounds of a person, which I do not think you are, just looking at you. So you can probably get more miles out of those than like the average human. So that's good. I will say, so I ran my first full marathon in the Cumulus, not the version that you ran in. Like, I think I was in like the 17, the gel Cumulus 17. I think you ran in the 25 maybe, or the 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I have like the newer version.
Of those. And those are going okay for you?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we love to hear it, James. Big fan of shoes here. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on Runnah today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you to everyone who watched today's or listened to today's episode. If you'd like to rate and review the show on your listening platform of choice, we would really appreciate that. And stay tuned for the next episode that we will have coming your way very soon. And thank you for tuning in to Runnah. Thank you for listening to this episode of Runnah. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at RunnahPod. And you can send us an email at runnahpod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.